Buckle up. It's time for a Fore Golfers Network road trip as we explore and review the top golf destinations on the planet.
Time to take a little road trip. Our final segment of this week's edition of the Fore Golfers Network podcast takes us to a very familiar part of the country, but to a destination perhaps new to you. It's called Mission Inn Resort and Spa. We've got a very special road trip segment for you today because it takes us to a familiar part of the country, but perhaps to a destination not all that familiar. I love it when family-owned properties do things really, really well, and that's the case at the Mission Inn Resort and Club just outside Orlando. It's also one of those places that I'm looking forward to visiting. I've not been there in person yet, but we're certainly going to take care of that in the weeks ahead. And I want to welcome onto the program Bud Beucher, who is the general manager and one of the family members that owns the place.
Well, Bill, thank you very much and appreciate the opportunity to be on your show today.
Well, I need you to introduce me to something that I'm only seeing in virtual form so far. That is, of course, through a beautiful website because, my goodness, it looks like you've got something really special there.
Well, we'd like to think so. Bill, we've been at it since 1964 when my dad and my brother found the Mission Inn just north of Orlando, Florida. And over the years now we have been building the facilities. We've got 176 hotel rooms. We have a beautiful spa, two great golf courses, one that was built over 100 years ago by then very famous architect George O'Neill. Our second golf course is over 25 years old, and that was built by the tour player and TV commentator Gary Koch. We have a wonderful housing development with almost 300 homes and condominiums here and more coming every day. And we're fortunate enough to have a beautiful piece of property on Lake Harris with a pavilion and floating docks. I mean, it's all here at Mission Inn.
And I know that for the golfers in our world who are accustomed to making journeys to Florida and perhaps not being able to play as much golf as they would want because family obligations and theme parks and all those things are nearby, you've got an unlimited golf package that looks to be exactly what the doctor ordered.
Absolutely. We find, and we kind of refer to them, if you will, as buddy groups because, usually, to be very candid with you, it's you get 8, 16, 32 of your golfing regulars out there, and those fellows like to come in and play 18 on day of arrival, 36, 36, and 18 on day of departure, and it's just incremental. You just add one more night as you wish to stay, and in the winter season, we'll see these folks come in for 4 or 5 nights.
I remember being young enough where I could play that much golf in one trip. I think I would need to buy stock in ibuprofen if I tried to do that much now.
Isn't that the truth?
It sure is. Well, tell me about the golf experience. What's it like there to tee it up at Mission Inn?
Well, let's start with the El Campeon golf course. That's the course that's over 100 years old, Bill. And we have tee to green elevation differences of up to 85 feet. It's what we would refer to as a traditional era golf course, what they call in the business push-up greens. It's a shot maker's course. It's very desirable to play. In fact, we just hosted yesterday about our 22nd NCAA championship, and we had the women's 3-division championship there, and very exciting. They had 2 rounds of if you will, extra innings in a playoff to finally declare the winner. And it's just a delightful course. And our Las Colinas course, which is the one that Gary Koch built, which is about 28 years old, give or take, is a little bit longer, a little bit more forgiving. But if you think you can take it on from the back, it is all the course you can ask for.
And I understand that there's a signature hole on Las Colinas known as Alligator Alley. Is this what I'm thinking it is?
Well, it is now, but it's on El Campeon, so it's number 17. And it is a beautiful hole, a long par 5. It's just outstanding. And you will see your fair share of alligators there.
My parents happen to live in Lakeland, so not terribly far away from you. And just a few months ago, my crew and I came down to do a television program featuring some of the golf in and around Polk County, not that far from where you are. And it brings to mind a question about standing out from the crowd, because Orlando is such a crowded part of the world with so many choices for where to stay and where to play and how to entertain oneself. What is Mission Inn doing that's kind of helping you separate from the rest of the gang?
Well, I think in and of itself, our geographic location is very desirable. We, if you will, we're in the foothills of Orlando. We're only 45 minutes from the airport. It's right up the turnpike, the Florida Turnpike. We are a captive destination. You don't have to go off campus if you don't want to. And yet we're convenient to everything. If you want to go down to Orlando, you can be in downtown Orlando in 35 minutes. If you want to go to the Magic game or our Orlando City Soccer, if you want to go to the Bob Carr for the performing arts, we've got the Dr. Phillips Center. We've got, all the theme parks, but you don't have to take advantage of it. And we're not exposed to all of the activity and the traffic that, frankly, a typical city brings. It's a very relaxing experience. It's wonderful.
And I certainly don't want to give the impression that at Mission Inn there's only golf. You've got a beautiful spa. You've got restaurants. You're hosting weddings probably every minute that's free of the day. What's the rest of the experience like off the golf course?
Well, to your point, we've got a spa with 5 treatment rooms that are available for your use 6 days a week. We have a marina with bass boats, and the fishing is outstanding. Our lake, Lake Harris, is very large, and we host televised national fishing tournaments several times a year on Lake Harris. We have skeet and trap shooting for those that like to do that, and that's available to you as well. You did mention we have restaurants. We have 4 restaurants that are available for food service. Our food service is outstanding. We've got a wonderful, wonderful billiards and poker room that's available with televisions for watching sporting events and just relaxing after hours. It's the whole package. As we say, it's all here.
And all the information to book your next trip is online at missioninresort.com. Don't make the mistake I did earlier of just Googling Mission Inn, because you might end up out in California somewhere. We want you in Orlando and coming to see Bud and his great team at Mission Inn Resort and Club. Again, it's missioninresort.com. And Bud, I'm going to pledge to you now. You can't see it because I'm in the studio, but I have my right hand raised in the air to make the pledge that the next time I come to Orlando, I'm going to come over and have the chance, hopefully, to shake your hand and maybe tee it up at that beautiful place and see what it's like in person.
Well, Bill, that would be wonderful. I look forward to the day that we do get a chance to meet. I know you're going to find the golfing experience to be outstanding. We're very proud of what we have. Our family has built this business from the ground up over 50-plus years with wonderful staff and loyal customers, and we look forward to having you and your listeners become part of our new fan club.
And by the way, I do not want to gloss over the awesomeness that is a family-run destination resort. We do a lot of partnerships with Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island, way up in northern Michigan, where the Musser family has generations of family running that wonderful property. And there's just something special about having it be having the opportunity to shake the hand of the people who have put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. So I think that's a really big selling point and a huge benefit on your side, Bud.
Well, thank you, Bill. We're very proud of it, and to be honest with you, in today's world, we think that there is a special place for family businesses. We believe in them. We like being an independent. We would like people to come and experience what it's like. We've got staff members here, and it's not uncommon, who have worked for us for 30, 35, 40, 45 years and more. And they're doing something right, or they wouldn't keep us and we wouldn't keep them.
Yeah, that's very cool. I'm glad we were able to mention that, because to me that means a great deal, and perhaps to some of our listeners as well. Bud, thank you so much. I'll look forward to meeting you in person sometime soon.
Well, thank you so much, Bill. I appreciate the opportunity to be on your show. I wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to meeting you again.